National Youth Theatre is so important. It starts when you're 14, I think, and it runs until you're 25. And the things that they offer range from acting courses to technical courses for people that want to get into stage management, costume wigs, the sort of everything that goes behind theatre and even screen. The National Youth Theatre does so much for young actors wanting to really understand how the industry works. When I joined REP, which is the sort of the most comprehensive, largest training scheme that they offer to actors, which lasts roughly 9 to 10 months, that was completely invaluable to me. That was amazing, and it was because of the vocational industry sort of geared training that I don't think I would have gotten if I trained anywhere else. And I feel afterwards a lot more prepared for working because we had the training and the acting training and sort of all the techniques in intensive courses, but it was what I learnt from when I actually went in and did the plays and rehearsed, because we did a 3-month run. And the 3-month run that we do at the end of the rep company is when I learned the most, funnily enough, despite knowing that I had 3 months of sort of every single day learning completely new techniques and things. It was completely amazing, and learning from your peers as well, learning from people that are in the same boat as you and saying, actually, yeah, that's an amazing thing that you just did there. How did you do that? And helping each other. And I think that's sort of at the core of what the National Youth Theatre does. It sort of engenders this vocational together working and something that is integral to how it works. Everyone is sort of there for each other. Everyone is looking out for each other and trying to make each other better. We all raise each other up here, and it completely takes out the sort of the competitive side that some people have said that they've seen in drama schools, or I mean, I wouldn't know because I haven't trained at drama school. But for the layman, for the person that may think that all drama, all acting sort of training is competitive and completely driven towards being on top and sort of leaving others behind, is completely false. And National Youth Theatre, I think, is a pioneer in that sort of thinking. My first job has been doing 3 plays at the National in Jonathan Kent and David Hare's Chekhov trilogy. I have no presumption that another job is coming straight away. And that is something I think that it's hard to fight sometimes, but is completely sort of, that's the way you need to think. At least that's the way I need to think. I don't think any one job is going to give me another job at all, and that is actually part of the excitement, part of the fear as well. When you know that you've got something amazing, and obviously when I first heard that I got the job, sort of the excitement is there, and you think, oh my God, finally, this is, it's happening, and it's so wonderful. But you can't sort of let yourself run away with it, because come the end of the run, you're back to square one essentially, and you have to look for work again, and you can't sort of feel superior or feel like you're in a better place because of that. The only thing that I feel changes in that time is the experiences you gain from it and what you can bring to the next job, rather than, well, I was in this, so I'm now going to be in that. And speaking of which, this first job, it was and is really an amazing experience. It's a cast that has such a large age range, and because of it, I've learned so much. I feel supported by both who I see as my age peers and people that have been doing this for 50 years, and it's completely amazing to be on the same level and feel equal, and that's a credit to them for the way they work, and that's something that I think is really amazing about this first job of mine, and possibly comes out of at least the older actors. It possibly comes out of their experience training with rep, and I think rep training and sort of forging a career through that type of acting, that type of work, really makes you care about companies and really makes you sort of care about, you know, your actor next to you, rather than thinking constantly about yourself. And I hope it stays that way in terms of at least mentality. That I hope that it stays as a community and as a sort of joint effort to make work better, to make each other better, rather than making it about, you know, yourself and just getting where you need to be. At the moment, I am more experienced in theatre, as those are the productions that I've been involved in, having only done a few short films at university and things like that. But in terms of going forward, I have every intention and excitement in thinking about all of the opportunities that there are in working in the different forms and mediums that there are, such as video game. Now that is really quite big, especially for actors, whether it's just 3D motion capture or if it's actually sort of the pinpoints on the face and acting in that. It also works for animation and sort of your epic films, like blockbusters that are using this new technology. And recently, which I discovered, the National and other theatres in London are now considering, is the use of AR, augmented reality technology, and how that works. And you see it popping up in museums. You see it popping up in museums, this AR technology, where you sort of, you know, wherever you look, whether it's on a phone or a device, it's augmenting what it's seeing, and it's, to me, it's only a matter of time before actors are placed in that, and you have almost 3D virtual plays. You're sat down and you sort of turn around your head and there's an actor over here and there's an actor over there. So I'm really excited to be working in all different mediums, in all different types of forms. I think I struggle with giving advice to peers because I feel like I'm in the same boat as them, and I feel almost a fraud giving them advice, as I know I would also need that advice myself. But then again, drawing on what I learnt from rep is that you can help each other even though you're in the same place, or if one is more experienced than the other, because essentially everyone's experience is different. To younger actors, to actors that are in their teens, that are at school and things like that, I'd really recommend them to try everything that they can in youth theatres, local sort of exhibitions, live art, anything that they can get a sort of taster or an experience in it, and to try do as many different things as possible, because I wouldn't have known that I enjoyed sort of the physical theatre aspect in some plays without having explored it during training, and having seen it in theatres. So I think it's really important to try as many different types, because you will learn as much from things that you know, I don't want to do that, as well as things that, yeah, actually I definitely want to do that. So I think that's one. And another is just keeping that integrity of caring for each other and really trying to bring the whole industry up as a whole by making sure that everyone's working together to get there, rather than the dog-eat-dog competitive side of it.